Are you being smart when setting your goals? Welcome everyone, my name is Mike Colella. I'm an ACE certified health coach and personal trainer, and I am your health and wellness guide to living your best self. I want to thank you for stopping by today and hope that I can provide you value for improving your health through your nutrition, fitness, and behavioral goals. If you are interested in learning tons of health and wellness tips, be sure to hit that subscribe button as I upload multiple videos each and every week. Question of the day, are you smart when setting your goals? Let's take a closer look to see if this method is worth your time. To begin, the term SMART goals is actually an acronym represented by S being specific, M being measurable, A being attainable, R being relevant, and T being time-bound. And the reason why you might have heard the phrase before, maybe even by me, is because yes, this is actually a very easy and simple method to use for most people. One major reason or benefit for taking this approach is to help us dial in with what our true intentions are for reasons why we might have picked a particular goal. Though we have these grand ideas to help improve our lives, they can sometimes be too far-fetched or leave little room for success, making us feel inadequate and even lost, potentially giving up entirely or regressing significantly. So again, this method guides us by breaking down what our goals are piece by piece. So here's an example. Say I want to do better at keeping my blood sugar control in check. An inappropriate goal for me to say would be simply, I want to improve my blood sugars. That is not specific enough, nor is it really doing me any favors because obviously I want to work on better blood sugar control. So instead, a SMART goal with that same goal in mind might look something like this. I want to improve my blood sugar levels to help prevent certain complications later in life by incorporating more vegetables and fruits in my diet and increase my cardiovascular exercise, specifically after dinner for the next 90 days. So let's break it down. Is my goal specific? Yes, I mentioned that I wanted to improve my blood sugar control to help prevent complications later in my life. Was it measurable? Yes, I stated that I wanted to do this by incorporating better dietary habits as well as increase my physical movement each day, all to help improve my insulin sensitivity. Is it attainable? Very much so. I want to work on two factors that directly influence my blood sugars so as to not feel overwhelmed with the other components that contribute to my blood sugar control, which are stress and sleep, hydration, etc. And those will come in time as they, kind of work naturally in with my physical activity and my nutrition goal at hand. But I'm trying to break it down so I'm only focusing on one or two things versus the entirety of what my actual overall goal might be. Is it realistic? Yes, I can certainly work on my diet and physical activity over the next 3 months to help improve my control for the next test results. And that isn't to say that I'm going to just stop after 90 days, right? But it's getting me there. It's setting that urgency so I can actually accomplish my goals. And is it time bound? Very much, right? Because I set myself 3 months in advance out, meaning I'm gonna give myself plenty of time to reach my desired outcome. So you can see, although the goals themselves are pretty much the exact same, my approach is vastly different and much more appropriate for a health-related goal. Now, a lot of us can get hung up with what goals to pick or when to pick them or how to proceed. And the first thing that I can tell you is that you have to identify what are easier versus the harder ones for you to achieve. Once you've figured that out, you can step back and look at what is actually laid out in front of you. So you're gonna look at all of your long-term goals, your short-term goals, goals you thought of before and you're like, well, that's not very important to me based on what I've already written down. So start with the easier goals to obtain first. That will boost your confidence. Smash those short-term goals. Perhaps you really want to work on being more active, but maybe right now you looked at, oh man, I realize I'm quite dehydrated. I need to work on my hydration. A more important, rather smarter goal for you to make would be something like this. I want to become more aware of my hydration needs by focusing on consuming about 8 to 12 cups of water per day for the next 30 days. Then I'll work on improving my cardiovascular and muscular strength goals. Remember, these are just guidelines. They're not directives. You can use these recommendations and techniques to help improve your fitness, nutrition, and behavioral goals. I hope you found value in this, and please let me know what other topics you would like me to cover in future videos by dropping a message below or shooting me a DM on my Instagram at thehealthytype1, and there you can find daily motivation and inspiration on my story and other life habits that you can follow along with. Wherever you are watching from, be it Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, thank you again so very much for giving me your time and attention. I do greatly appreciate it. So let me leave you with a QOD quote of the day. The hard part isn't getting the body in shape. The hard part is getting the mind in shape. Peace to you all.